Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're working with a whole stack of material ancient articles, epic poetry, you name it, to pull out one single powerful narrative.
That's right.
We're diving into the story of Jarirah, a legendary figure whose actions really defined heroism at a moment of total crisis.
And when you say total crisis, that's not an exaggeration.
Not at all. The entire history of a nation was hanging on her decision to act.
It's the core of this deep dive, really. We're looking at sources that are all centered on this massive war between Iran and Tehran.
Which is the backbone of so much of their epic literature.
Exactly. And our sources place this event at the field of Pashangar. The name itself is, synonymous with sacrifice. The descriptions are grim.
How grim are we talking?
The earth literally turned red. I mean, the Iranian army wasn't just losing, it was facing complete and utter annihilation.
And that's our mission for this deep dive. We want to go beyond just the plot and really try to understand why the poet structured the story this way. Why did salvation have to come from this person at this exact time?
We're going to extract the dramatic details of her charge and the incredible cultural weight her victory carried.
And to really appreciate Jarirah's emergence, you first have to feel that desperation. The Turanian horrors had been pressing them for weeks.
So they were trapped.
Totally trapped. The sources are clear. Tactical retreat, escape, it was all impossible. But the spiritual defeat was even deeper.
What do you mean?
The narrative focuses on the loss of the House of Godards, the most respected family of champions. They'd lost over 70 sons and grandsons in a single day.
70.
70. Their banners, the symbols of the nation's strength, were just trampled in the mud. So when Jarirah appears, the army isn't just defeated, it's hollowed out.
That's a crucial piece of context, isn't it? It's not just a tactical failure, it's the failure of that whole traditional male line of protectors.
It sets the stage perfectly.
So into this vacuum of despair, Jarirah steps forward. And the sources are very specific about her connection to the fallen, right? She's a sister, an aunt, a lioness of the same ancient blood, as they put it. She is inheriting both the debt of their failure and, I think, the potential of their greatness.
What's so fascinating is how the narrative slows down and focuses on her preparation. It's not just her getting dressed for battle.
No, it's a ceremony. It's a transformation, an act of symbolic inheritance that every single soldier is watching. And she doesn't appear in some new shiny armor.
She chooses relics.
Relics, exactly. She's deliberately taking on the mantle of the fallen.
So let's break those down, because there are 4 specific items, and they all seem to mean something.
They're hugely important cultural symbols. First, she takes the black armor of her fallen husband.
Black for mourning and
Also for a commitment to die. It signifies a kind of finality. Second, she buckles on the double-bladed sword of Godars himself.
the patriarch of the fallen house.
So she's claiming his authority out of pure necessity. Third, a war cloak of iron mail. It gives her this sense of, almost unnatural invulnerability.
And the 4th item is the mount. She doesn't just grab any horse.
Not even close. She mounts the legendary black stallion that carried Bijan, one of Iran's most famous heroes, into battle.
So she's combining the symbols of the old guard, Godars, with the youthful vigor of a hero like Bijan.
She's literally embodying the entire heroic legacy of the nation. She's wearing the grief and the potential of a whole generation of champions.
It's an incredible setup. So she rides to the front of this silent, broken army, and they must be just stunned to see her.
Utterly stunned.
And her voice, the sources say, it rings out like a war trumpet.
It cuts right through that despair. And her rallying cry is really the philosophical core of the whole legend. She doesn't talk about victory or tactics.
No, it's a moral challenge.
An ultimate commitment. The line, and it echoes through the whole epic, is so direct. Men of Iran, until today our men have fought and died. Now it is the turn of the women.
And then she adds that last part.
If I fall, let me fall in front of you, never behind you.
That distinction, never behind you, that's everything, isn't it? Was there any precedent for this? For a woman just taking command?
Almost none. I mean, it was revolutionary. The genius of that line is its psychological leverage. She's not asking them to follow her.
She's shaming their despair.
Exactly. She's saying, if you're too broken to fight, fine. I'll die protecting your retreat, but I will not let you stand behind me like cowards.
And the turnaround must have been instant.
Immediate. The army answers with a roar that supposedly shook the heavens, and the only word they can say is her name, over and over.
Jarirah.
It confirms that in the final crisis, leadership isn't about rank or gender. It's about courage. Pure, undeniable courage when all other systems have failed.
So she spurs the stallion and charges, completely alone, right into the heart of the Turanian storm. Let's talk about her weapon of choice. Not the sword, but the mace.
Yeah, the Iron Mace. It's described as spinning like a wheel of thunder.
Why a mace? It seems so blunt.
And that's the point. A sword needs finesse, room to move. A mace is about pure, localized destruction. It's designed to shatter armor, to create maximum chaos, instantly.
And the sources say she did just that.
Oh yeah, wherever she struck, helmets shattered, warriors just felt like wheat before a scythe. This wasn't about holding a line, it was about tearing the enemy formation to pieces.
And this singular action, this lone charge, it elevates her. This is where the poet Ferdowsi really steps in to cement her legend, isn't it?
He does. His words become the lasting record. He writes, and this is key to understanding the scale of it all, "When Lady Jarirah rode into the field, not a single Turanian remained standing before her."
Wow.
And then he adds, "Heads rolled from bodies like autumn leaves." That's not just a battle report. It's confirming her status as, like, a force of nature.
But she can't just cut down foot soldiers. She has to break the command structure, which leads her to the main antagonist.
Piran Visa. He's not just another general. He's the supreme commander of Tehran, the architect of their success. The old wolf who had never known defeat.
So to beat him is to beat the whole idea of Turanian victory.
Right, and Piran, seeing his army just getting decimated by this single rider, gathers 100 of his best, the absolute elite.
You can feel the tension in the sources when they describe the clash. It's the moment of truth.
It's a terrifying collision. And the climax focuses entirely on one single mace strike. Jarirah just ignores the 100 bodyguards and goes right for the commander.
And the description of the blow?
It's so final. The mace hits his helmet with a sound described as a mountain cracking.
A mountain crack.
The effect is instantaneous. The great general just falls from his saddle completely senseless.
And that one action dissolves the enemy's morale. They didn't flee because they were outnumbered.
No, they fled because their invincible symbol, Piran Visa, was broken by a single stroke from a single woman. It was pure panic.
She turns what was certain annihilation into a total rout.
A devastating rout.
Yeah.
She pursues them until dusk, and the image of her return is as carefully constructed as her departure.
She comes back alone, armor black with gore, her hair spilling from her dented helmet.
It's this powerful visual, right? She's both the woman who saved them and the warrior who destroyed their enemy.
And her final words to the army, who are now kneeling before her, they're the philosophical takeaway.
She takes off her helm and gives this lasting oath that redefines their whole national identity. "Men of Iran," she says, "as long as an Iranian woman can still lift a sword, Iran will never be conquered."
That immediately institutionalizes her. It connects the nation's resilience not just to its men, but to this inherent strength represented by its women.
And this is why the recognition from the king, Ki Khosrow, is so important. He validates this new philosophy. He comes down from his throne, walks to her, kisses her hand.
And declares with tears, "Today you are the mother of this nation."
That phrase, "mother of this nation," it's more than a compliment, isn't it?
Oh, it's a huge political and cultural declaration. She's the symbolic rebirth of the state.
And the ultimate honor confirms it. The king orders her name to be written in letters of gold upon the most sacred standard of Iran.
The dragon banner of Kaveh.
The dragon banner. And for anyone listening, you have to understand what this banner is.
It's not just some fancy flag, right?
Absolutely not. The Drash-e-Kaviani is the foundational symbol of Iranian sovereignty. It was originally a blacksmith's leather apron, raised during a rebellion against a tyrant. It's their flag of freedom.
So by putting her name on that banner,
He's saying her courage is now woven into the foundation myth of the nation itself. Her name is forever linked to freedom and sovereignty.
that's the highest honor imaginable. Every soldier who marches under that banner from then on has to remember the woman who saved them.
And this had real, tangible military effects. The sources say her impact lasted for centuries. Whenever the Iranian armies faced impossible odds, whenever despair set in,
Their war cry was her name.
the war cry that rose was not a general's name, but "Where is Jarirah?"
Wow. Just the echo of her name was enough to turn the tide.
It became a permanent psychological tool. It could turn their own troops' despair into action and their enemies' confidence into terror.
The entire narrative is just this perfect study in crisis leadership, isn't it? From total collapse to this symbolic transformation to a victory fueled by one person's courage.
And it culminates in a philosophy that rejects hiding and embraces sacrifice.
Exactly. And the poet, Ferdowsi, he sums up her entire existence with one immortal line that feels like a perfect place to end.
She is a woman who walks ahead of men, not one who hides behind them.
That just encapsulates the entire cultural shift she caused.
It's all about that active frontline commitment.
Mhm.
It's why her name still has this incredible resonance.
So, considering this monumental tale, where one named Jarirah drawn from courage in an impossible crisis could immediately unify a broken army, you have to ask yourself a question.
Hmm.
What specific names or symbols still hold that kind of power today? What's the modern equivalent that, if you invoked it, could instantly turn mass panic into unified, resolute action? Something for you to mull over.